Hello everyone, it's Amy, and I am here to just show you a really easy flower to make. It's like the little folded roses, which I have not been able to get the hang of, but when we're done, it's going to look like this, which I think looks a lot like those little folded roses, and I think they turn out really well. So I was watching the Carol Duvall show the other day, and this was on there, and it just was so simple. First thing you're going to do is get about 9 inches of ribbon, and then go ahead and melt the edges because you don't want them to fray on you. Don't forget to do both ends. Sometimes I forget to do the second end. Okay, and then you're just going to have a length of thread. This ribbon is 5/8. You can do it in any size, but you come down approximately half the width of the ribbon. So we're going to go down about 1/4 of an inch. And nope, I almost did that wrong. You want your knot to be on the bad side of your ribbon. This is the good side. So just put your knot on the bad side, and this is just to hide the knot. The lady that did this on TV didn't hide the knot. She just started and went. But I found when I did that, the knot always showed up right in the center of the rose, and I didn't like that. So we've got our knot on the wrong side. We are just going to fold our ribbon over to the opposite side at an angle, and then we're just going to fold it back again. So we have a little point there on top, and when you do that, your thread's going to come right out the top. All I do is just go up the last side that we put together, just to hold that together. Okay, and when you do that, it's going to kind of start to curl that a little bit like that. We're just going to go over to the other side, like that, and then just give that a pull, and that'll gather that up into a little ball. We just wrap around there a couple of times, and it makes just a little teeny tiny. That's Papa's baby being not so good. Pee-wee, Zeke, go lay down. And then I just went through there just to hold that. That's the hardest part. All right, now what we're going to do is, from that point, start again about half the width of the ribbon down. That will put your little bud right in the middle of your top petal. And from that point, all you do is whatever width ribbon you have. This is 5/8, so I'm going to go down approximately 5/8 of an inch before my needle comes out. We're going to gather, but our stitches are going to be the width of the ribbon. So approximately 5/8 of an inch, 5/8 of an inch, and I mean, it's just a guesstimate, but by doing that, all of your petals wind up the same because you're making your petal as wide as the ribbon is wide. And then as you go, you just gather that up. Oh, yeah, this was just like such a simple rose. I could not believe it. And like I said, the hardest part is putting that little bud on top, and the lady that showed how to do it didn't even put that bud on top. But you're doing this right in the center of the ribbon, not on the edges, and you just keep going until you run out of ribbon. And there we go. Okay, and when you gather that up, it looks like that ribbon candy that you get at Christmas time. Hope you can kind of see that. See? Just looks like ribbon candy. So you're just going to push that all together and gather it up. And again, that's what you have. And then all you do is, because you have all of these just lined up, you don't want them to line up, you just start rotating them. Just rotate each one a little bit, next one a little bit more, next one a little bit more, until you're all the way to the top and you've got them rotated. Pull it tight, and this is what you have. So once I get it where I think that that's just how I like it, what I do, and this is just something I added also, is I go back up through the ribbon and come up right next to our little bud, and then just back down again. And that kind of holds that where you just put it, because otherwise, if you just leave it the way it is and knot it, you've only got that one string going through the center, and it could just go right back to that ribbon. You know what I mean. It would just look like a ribbon candy again. So just keep that pulled really tight, put a knot in the bottom, and yeah, I don't know the name of the lady that showed this, but it was on the Carol Duvall show back when I worked. My dad used to record that for me. It's not on anymore. And I saw this and I'm like, oh, it looks like those little folded ribbon roses. And then you just fluff it up and voila, you've got a and I'm probably totally out of focus, beautiful little rose there. So, and then you just snip that off. And then I was making some wedding flowers for my daughter, and some of the things I was using, I took the leaves off of them because we didn't need the leaves. So I just cut those leaves really small to fit the flower that I made and just glued them on the back. Sometimes you want leaves on them, sometimes you don't. So I did those brown ones at 5/8. This is just a little like 1/4 inch ribbon, and it was a little glittery ribbon, and I put some little leaves on those too. And then I have a project that I'm working on for a friend of mine, and it's red and black, so I just did these little tiny black roses, which I'm not going to put leaves on those because they're just going to be a cluster together. But yeah, it's so easy. And if you don't want to put the little bud on top, just start at one end, gather it whatever the width of your ribbon is. So if you want to do a larger one, you do 1 inch ribbon, make your stitches 1 inches wide, and then pull it up like a ribbon, get it tight, and then just manipulate it until you get those turned all the way around in different spots so that they look like your petals. I do like my little um, bud there on the top. I think that those turn out kind of cute, but you can just play with it and do it however you want. As a matter of fact, this one I didn't do the little bud on top, and I did it with brown ribbon, and you probably can't see because it's so tiny, but right there in the middle is my knot. So this one, it didn't look too bad. It kind of almost looks like a little center, but on a lot of them I just didn't like the fact that you could see the knot on top, and that's why I covered it up. If you have any questions, just let me know. But if you're having problems with those folded ribbon roses, try this because it is so simple, and it really does. It almost gives you the same effect. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.